Hi there, I'm Cher Johnston. Welcome to my happy place. There's my happy little kitty. She likes to sit there while I'm videoing, and that's her water, her coffee cup with water in it. She has 3 of them around the house. She drinks more water that way. Anyways, and there's my little pin cushions. Okay, I'm going to pause for a minute and put you up on the stand. She is just being so sweet today. Okay. Before I get started, I just want to say welcome, my friends. If you like my video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. If you want to help support me in what I'm doing, there's a link in the description to my Ko-fi page. You can go and buy me a coffee. There's a free pattern. Right now there's only 2 there. Hope in the future to have more. Before we get started on today's project, I wanted to show you something that I've been working on. When I got out the fabrics for the favorite fabrics, these are my favorite fabrics. I love Tulip Pink, and I bought them so that I could make a quilt. And I had made a quilt that had large pieces and then half square triangles around them. I decided I didn't want to do that. I like hexagons. I like sitting in front of the TV and sewing them together. So what I did is basically on the back of the fabric, I drew out some patterns, and then I have a pattern, a hexagon sheet of paper that's just filled with hexagons. Then I could figure out how to go to do a frame. So that's how I got these. These Tulip Pink fabrics are out of print. I bought some of them after they were already out of print. And now I can't even find them on Etsy. I have a little bit left over. This one I'm not sure if I'm going to use it because it's a completely different color. I have this yellow, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to use more of the yellow or some of the other stuff or what. So there's that. So now what I'm going to do today is I have this little piece. I'm working on this embroidery. I added some, that's called a bunting. What's her name? Kate from The Last Homely House talked about a bunting. And I just have to adjust you here so that that's centered. I was able to get some Amity Bloom washi tape before it sold out this time. So we're going to do a little something here. And before I do that, oh gosh, my cat has found a safety pin. I have this little piece that I did because now, of course, now I have little pieces of I'm sorry. I have little pieces of blip, 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 blip. I have little pieces of Tulip Pink fabrics that I don't throw anything away. You probably know that. I keep my orts. I keep my, I'm trying to find the needle that I just threaded I threaded a needle. Here it is. This is, I'm going to try this again, and I wanted to share it with you. I don't know if you can see this. There's a tip. See this measurement here that's 1/8 of an inch? It's the 1/8 of an inch mark. There's a band. There's a green band there. Let me see if I can get it up there. Oh, yeah, okay. Anyway, and then the band is 1/4 of an inch wide. So this is for this is from Pony. They're called certain stitch needles. So this one is a crewel. It's this one in the middle. I don't know what size it is. Anyways, that's where I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just found these needles. I kind of like them. I want to do some running stitch back and forth and maybe back and forth the other way. I sewed this down and I thought, oh, it needs to have a little something. So I'm measuring from the tip of the needle to the start of that band, and then I'm going to go, you can kind of feel it. I can feel it. You can kind of see the tip of the band, and you can kind of feel it so that I can get, they're not perfect little stitches, but they are, close. My dad used to say, close only counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and H-bombs. Well, Dad, not really true. All right, I'm going to go this far away. I'm going to go, yeah, let's just do the, oh wait, I want to do one more stitch here and then go over there. It doesn't help make your rows straight though. Oh, it's fine. I think it does that add to the charm. That's what they call it, right? Yes, that's the charm of it. Maybe this will be a little needle book. I haven't decided yet what it's going to be. I just had some scraps left over and I wanted to play. So I think I'm going to do some little stitches on those white flowers. I think that might look cool. But I'm not going to do that today on camera. I'm going to get into my project. Just wanted to share this needle with you, because if you like to have nice tidy stitches, I love this. This is Sherry Iris showed the way she does slow stitching, and it's kind of like English paper piecing without the papers, and then she does running stitch alongside the stitches. I don't always do the running stitch, but I like to do that while I'm sitting in front of the TV. Okay, that's all I'm going to do on this one for right now. I'm going to work on this a little bit. I added some bunting, and I added some little piece of fabric and a piece of lace. There's a little herringbone stitch here, and I'm going to do something that I saw that's too bendy, isn't it? Something that I saw Jennifer Clouston do the other day. And it was so cute. It was just too cute. Okay, I have some thread I'd like to share with you what kind of thread I'm using. The pink is Aurifil cotton. It's like it's a number 12, like a pearl cotton or perlé or whatever you call it. And this, I just got it. Seems like I just got it. I'm going to have to get more because I'm using a lot of that on my Tula Pink. Should have known. And this is the Aurifil, same thing. The color's not on here. Anyways, that's what I'm using because I found that I like it a lot. I'm going to start at the top. I'm just going to do a stem stitch for the stem. What in the heck? I have a knot already. That's a knot. That is a knot. Definitely a knot. Easy to fix. I'll put that in the orts. Or just use it here. Okay. My stem stitch is just going to go like this. Keep the thread at the top to the right, always. Or to the bottom at the left, always. Just either way, just do it the same way. This is another one of those needles, but it's most of the band has worn off, but I can still kind of see it sometimes. So, but it did help me to sort of learn how far. I think this one has a 1/4 of an inch. The band is a 1/4 of an inch from the tip, I think. And it's helped me to learn, to practice gauging even stitches. All right, let's put some little leaves at the bottom here. I'll try and make them long and sort of spiky. Oh, see, that one I started too far up. No matter. It's just a little thicker. Let's do just some straight stitches. Not very talkative today. I guess I'm just content today. I can't complain about the weather because it's only going to be 88 degrees here today, which is a really nice change from what the weather's been. All right, I'm going to do some silk ribbon. This is silk ribbon that I had, and I painted it. It was light pink, but I wanted a darker pink because, you know, Tula pink. And I didn't want to do that on camera because I didn't know how it was going to turn out. And besides that, I pressed it to dry it, and then I washed it to make sure that the ink wasn't going to come out, and it didn't. And it's a little bit variegated. Next time, I think I will, because I do want to do this again. Yeah. All right, I'm going to go upside down. We're going to do just some little detached chain stitch. Flowers, I guess. I'm thinking about doing, well, I'm going to do an Etsy shop, and I'm thinking about doing needle books. I know I've seen some needle books but I'm thinking I might do a needle book with sort of a starter pack with silk ribbon. Let me know if that's something you might be interested in. Just, a meter or so of some 7mm and some 4mm. I don't know if I have large quantities of 2mm ribbons. I don't really use them that much. But I could include one of each of these chenille needles, which they're not really high quality needles, but they work. I mean, they work for me. But for a starter pack, just to, try it out, I think it would be a good idea. And I don't know how much I would charge for something like that. Might want to do some needle books with different pricing. Oh, see that? That's the ink coming off. So it didn't really help much to let's just see if we can rub it around and make it look like it's supposed to be there. Yeah, I meant to do that. I have one more piece of this. I think I'm gonna oh, see, that's what happened. There we go. All right. Now that I know how I did that, I can try to make it happen some more. Try to make these smaller at the top. And maybe I should do some hand-dyed sort of some hand-dyed silk ribbons. Let me know what you think, and let me know what you think. I could probably price the needle books and then add, like, I don't know, $10 for the needles and the little packs of ribbon. I don't know. I think if I were going to sell hand-dyed ribbons, I'd have to first figure out how to make them not do that. Because you don't want that happening, do you? I'm kind of liking it, actually. I could follow through with a, these need to be tinier at the top. I could follow through with just pulling it through. Let's do a colonial knot. I'm running out of thread. And if I hold it here, maybe. No, that didn't really work. All right. I'm gonna just go through the back of these stitches a little bit. Then let's just try something here. Let's try yeah, you know, it's probably add more dye on certain pieces. Oh, look at that. There we go, background. Maybe I'll get some green and do the same thing with some green. Kind of like it. All right, this I have is lipstick. That's the color. It's from Color Streams. I think I have 3 strands. Nope, I have 3 strands. Color Streams, cotton strands, colors lipstick. I'm going to start at the top with this. And I'm just going to do some, first I'm going to do a 1 wrap French knot. Those are tinier. I might discover that I only want 1 or 2 strands. Well, that looks good. Let's do 1 more of those little 1 wrap French knots. And then let's do, I think what Jennifer did is that she put first she tried to do the silk ribbon and the thread in the same needle. Didn't really work out very well. And then I think she did one on top of the other. That just kind of frames it. I don't know if I like that. Makes it a bit bigger. Let's try. Let's try it again. And this time I'm going to go in here. Oh, see, there's ribbon back there. All right. I'm going to come up in the center of this one. And I'm going through, oops, going through the ribbon, so I have to be careful. That's nice. Let's try to just do a straight stitch right down the center, see what that looks like. That's kind of nice. Not the same though. Let's try. I'll see. That's why you don't go through silk ribbon. Because it kind of pulls it out of shape. Sometimes I do it and I just hold it in place with my thumb. That's why sometimes you can't see what I'm doing. That's nice. All right. I'm just going to do a few little colonial knots here and there. I do realize that's not something that happens in nature, but we don't have to be natural. We just want it to look good. in painting with Donna Dewberry, I would sometimes take the handle end of the brush and dip it in the paint. Just make a few dots here and there. Look kind of cool. All right. That might be enough. Maybe I need one more down here. And I think I need a little bit more of that pink. Ho ho, look at that. Let's try that over here. I I like that. I like that a lot. It reminds me of a background that I did once in painting where you just slap the brush back and forth, slap on some paint, and then get a different color. Maybe I'll get some green. Oh, maybe I should try it on something else first. Okay. Well, that's it for today. I'm going to iron this out and then show you a picture of the finished thing at the end. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.